the hip-hop mogul's homes in both Los Angeles and Miami.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're looking at the most shocking allegations that have been levied against music mogul Sean Diddy Combs.
Cassie alleges that Combs was so enraged over her dating Cuddy that he blew up Cuddy's car.
That statement alone could get him arrested for terrorism, attempted murder, all types of federal, crazy, long-listed crimes. And yet,
Cassie's claims of abuse. In an explosive lawsuit filed in November 2023, singer Cassie accused her former partner Sean Diddy Combs of multiple indecent assaults.
Ventura says that after years in silence and darkness, she's finally ready to tell her story.
Cassie, whose real name is Cassandra Ventura, says she first met Combs when he was 37 and she was 19. Her suit claims that much of the time they were together, Combs plied her with copious amounts of illegal substances, which she alleges were used to control her.
This was really big news in the hip-hop space and beyond for a few key reasons. First of all, the severity of the allegations were utterly shocking.
Furthermore,
yeah, I don't know if you guys read into it. I know a lot of people online have been doing stuff about it, but taking a glimpse into just the thought of what she had to go through, and then you think of his ex-wives and what they had to go through, plus their kids, and then you think of past relationships and how Diddy would always be in interesting situations, but nobody ever dare open their mouth about it.
Ventura states that Combs forced her to have relations with others in various cities. These encounters were supposedly viewed and recorded by Diddy. Ventura and Combs settled the lawsuit out of court, with Combs' lawyer assuring that the settlement is, quote, no way an admission of wrongdoing. Allegedly blowing up.
So, those were the same legal words that R. Kelly lawyer used for him as well. So, just listening to the lingo and verbiage they're using.
Kid Cudi's car. In the lawsuit that Cassie filed, she stated that Diddy had become, quote, so angry that she was dating rapper Kid Cudi in 2012 that he threatened to blow up his car.
Day and night, I toss and turn, I keep stressing my mind.
She also claims that he wanted to make sure Cudi was home and with his friends when it happened. Shortly after this, Kid Cudi's car allegedly exploded.
If all of it is true and this, that, and the third, the whole thought of, I want your friends to be there, with him there, as like, I'm going to make a statement because I'm that person, let you know that he has done things to this extreme or worse and has had it swept under the rug, so he knows if I do it, nobody's going to say anything because everyone's scared of me.
Exploded in the driveway of his residence.
Through a spokesperson, the rapper, born Scott Miscuddy, told the New York Times, quote, this is all true. In a statement, Diddy denied any wrongdoing and accused his ex of extortion.
Cassie says it was at this time that she, quote, began to fully comprehend what Mr. Combs was both willing and able to do to those he believed had slighted him. Tiffany Redd's open letter. Cassie's lawsuit named many witnesses who she says saw the abuse at the hands of Diddy firsthand. One such person named was singer-songwriter Tiffany Redd. A friend of Cassie's, Redd published an open letter where she corroborated Cassie's claims.
I don't think people understand what it's like to be traumatized by somebody famous and rich, because you can't get away from that.
Describe.
There's the controlling aspect of, I'm going to have control of everything. Your doctor is going to talk to me. Your mom is going to talk to me. Anyone you do business with talks to me before I let them do business with you. That man has the ideology that he's God.
Describing an incident at Ventura's 29th birthday event, Redd says Combs and his team forced Cassie to leave her own party because he wanted her to have relations with other men. She also wrote that her friend confided in her about the alleged abuse that night. Tiffany is adamant that what Cassie described in her suit is consistent with what she herself experienced.
Do you believe Diddy is a danger?
Yes, I do.
Why?
I mean, look at his rap sheet.
Aaron Hall's apartment incident. A woman by the name of Liza Gardner also filed a lawsuit against Combs in November 2023. Gardner says she and a friend met up with Diddy and singer-songwriter Aaron Hall in the early 90s. After an MCA Records event, she recalls that they went to Hall's apartment for a, quote, after party. It was there that Gardner says she was given more drinks and was coerced into having relations with Combs.
Again, just really serious allegations that clearly rise to the level of criminal conduct.
Same MO. You drink, you get sloppy, you don't remember. This is his path.
If true.
She also asserts that the music mogul assaulted her friend. Gardner recalled being, quote, shocked and traumatized, only for Hall to allegedly, quote, barge into the room while she was getting dressed and force relations with her as well. Joy Dickerson-Neal's date with Diddy. In a complaint filed on the same day as Liza Gardner's lawsuit, a woman named Joy Dickerson-Neal says she went on a date with Combs in 1991 that ended in trauma.
This is actually the third lawsuit in as much time levied against Combs and his inner circle. This one, as you mentioned, stems from 1991.
She claims he, quote,
I also wonder the mysterious deaths of people around him as to, hey, you know what, you're being a douchebag. I'm going to tell somebody. And then he's like, I've killed before, I could do it again and get away with it. And then to have so many of them happen and him still be out here living his best life, definitely now checks some boxes.
Intentionally gave her illegal substances at dinner and later assaulted her. She further asserts that Diddy recorded the incident and showed it to other people.
Was shown to several people, including a member of the 90s R&B group Jodeci.
Dickerson-Neal would later file a report with police in New York and New Jersey. Her suit says prosecutors were unable to corroborate her allegations. She believes that witnesses were, quote, terrified that Combs would retaliate against them. Jane Doe's claims. A woman referred to as Jane Doe filed a fourth lawsuit against Combs in December 2023.
This woman has filed as an anonymous accuser, as a Jane Doe, filed it in federal court today, and it goes back to, her allegation goes back to 2003.
She alleges Combs, along with the former president of Bad Boy Entertainment, Harve Pierre, and a third unnamed individual assaulted her. The alleged incident took place in 2003 when Jane Doe was younger and was at Diddy's Manhattan recording studio. It's also claimed that the men sent her out to others using a private jet while plying her with illegal substances and alcohol. Jane Doe provided several photos as evidence, including one where she can be seen sitting on Combs' lap. Lil Rod's assault and harassment.
What's crazy is he loves to be in the limelight so much that recording himself to watch himself, that's pretty sick.
Accusations. In February, yet another lawsuit was filed against Diddy claiming assault and mistreatment. This time, it came from Combs' former videographer and music producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones. He alleges that Combs harassed and threatened him, on top of several indecent assaults.
Also alleges Combs forced him to engage in unwelcome acts with sex workers and that Combs and his staff engaged in, quote, serious illegal activity.
These supposed incidents took place between September 2022 and November 2023, when Jones lived with Diddy while working on his album Love.
Love Records. We here. We stronger together. Yeah.
He says he was constantly touched inappropriately during that time. Lil Rod also claimed...
I'm just saying, if you look at the studio, there's like 30 dudes and maybe like 1 or 2 girls. That just seems a little weird.
He was once woken up, quote, disoriented, sans clothes, and in bed with Diddy and 2 others.
The lawsuit also claims the misconduct happened during the creation of Diddy's latest album, the Love album, and is seeking, as we've mentioned, $30 million. The suit not only names the mogul, but includes his son. and Universal Music Group, claiming there is an alleged RICO enterprise to enable his misconduct.
Illicit recordings. Lil Rod Jones's lawsuit also asserts that it was his job as Sean Combs' personal videographer to constantly record others, especially if they were taking part in serious illegal activity. Jones says that under Combs' orders, he secured, quote, hundreds of hours of video footage and audio recordings of unlawful activity.
He said that Sean Combs has cameras and recording devices throughout the home. He also, in his complaint, put multiple screenshots of video from his own phone.
The footage allegedly features Diddy, his staff, and all of Combs' many guests. The footage, which was given to Combs, is said to include such acts as acquiring illegal substances, having relations, and various other illicit activities.
So think of, I don't know, Diddy does a party, Obama's there, and in this party, in this venture, there's underage girls, and in a picture it looks like Obama is with these underage girls. I'm sure optics is everything, so I'm sure Diddy would use any optics to his benefit to gain something, as he's been doing since the 90s.
Cuba Gooding Jr. accusation. Lil Rod's accusations against Sean Combs also implicate other notable names, one being Academy Award winner Cuba Gooding Jr.
Music producer.
Moving can be hard enough.
Accusing Diddy of sexual assault and harassment is also accusing actor Cuba Gooding Jr.
In his complaint, Jones says Combs liked to, quote, pass him off to his friends. He recalled a time on Diddy's yacht where he was introduced to Gooding Jr. Allegedly, Combs suggested that Cuba, quote, get to know Jones better. Lil Rod claims that he was then repeatedly touched inappropriately by Gooding Jr. He also stated that he turned down his advances, but Cuba did not stop until he was forcibly pushed away.
So we have reached out to both representatives for Diddy and Cuba Gooding Jr. on these latest allegations, and we have yet to hear back.
Before we get celebrities, the stunning accusations from Rodney Lil Rod Jones have stunned many in the entertainment industry. One reason for this is due to his claims that stars and celebrities were used to boost Sean Combs' quote, legitimacy so he could carry out illegal acts. He states that guests were drawn to Diddy's alleged illicit parties because of his, quote, access to celebrities. Through court filings, Jones stated that Combs used the likes of famous athletes, political figures, musicians, and international dignitaries like Prince Harry.
A $30 million lawsuit brought by record producer Rodney Jones claims Diddy's affiliation with high-profile people such as Prince Harry gave his actions legitimacy. The American hip-hop mogul's homes have been raided by authorities in relation to the allegation.
I'm just saying the royal family has almost one of each of father, uncle, son, whoever. They're all getting caught playing around in these public parties.
It's important to note that there is no suggestion Prince Harry did anything illegal, nor is it suggested that he had any knowledge of any wrongdoing by others. Jones and his lawyers assert that these stars were simply a means to an end for Combs. What do you make of these shocking allegations against Sean Diddy Combs? Let us know in the comments below.
Because I just don't get how it's crazy, because it's like the public knows for years. And then by the time it gets to this level, then the government wants to get involved, because obviously they're not getting their cut. So the government helps so much of this until it becomes bigger than the government, and then the government steps in to be like, you overstepped your boundaries. But